What would you say to Republicans who might try to discredit the validity of the score?
Well, this is their appointed, as the distinguished leader has said, the CBO director is one who is appointed by the Republicans. The CBO report is one that the Republicans have always demanded of us when we had the majority, and we would pass a law that you must have a CBO report. So as I say, they're torn. Some of them are trying to pin a rose on this report and make it sound like it's a good thing, and the others of them are trying to discredit the CBO. But it's completely wrong.
Yeah, it's a pattern that is disturbing, even alarming in this administration. When they hear something they don't like, they label it a lie. CBO is virtually unassailable. Everyone, Democrats and Republicans, whether it be George Bush, Barack Obama, or anyone else, has gone along with CBO. They appointed this person. He was supposed to be a conservative person. Unfortunately for the Republicans, he's an honest person, and they won't be able to discredit this. This report is going to resound from one end of America to the other.
Yeah, his Health and Human Services Secretary said today, we vehemently disagree with the CBO score.
And of course, he has no facts to back it up. Numbers are quite eloquent things, you know. They speak very clearly, and we all respect and have acknowledged that we need to know the number of people affected, the amount of money that it will cost, who wins, who loses in that equation. And as I say, in Congress, they still haven't come to terms with criticizing the CBO because 24 million people losing health insurance is not a problem for them. It's an act of mercy.
I'm sure the Republicans regret that they can't fire the CBO director as easily as they fired 46 U.S. attorneys.
What about the idea here, and I want to direct this specifically, since you said that this was a knockout blow, I'd be interested to hear from both of you here.
It should be.
It seems as though that they're not making ground on getting their members to support this. It seems like this might have been a knockout blow even before the CBO report.
Well, look, we should know the truth. Before we enact major legislation, we should know the truth. CBO speaks the truth. They've been speaking the truth for decades. And to try to attack CBO is simply attacking the messenger. Let them address the real issues that CBO reveals. And the reason they don't want to do it is because the report is so devastating.
And when the American people see I tell this story about a little boy in school, and he's in first grade or kindergarten. Teacher says, what is 1 and 1? And he says, 2. 2 and 2, 4. She said, good. He says, not good, perfect. Numbers are very eloquent. And what you can only do is project here, because we're talking about the future. But as we have all know, you really cannot go forward to write legislation unless you have the numbers and you know what you're talking about. And it's as I said to you the other day, the Speaker was the one who signed the letter insisting that we have a CBO report before we proceeded with the Affordable Care Act, which we did, and we had already written for it. But when it was important then, now the Republicans are saying, oh, it's not so important now, and who's that anyway? Who's this Congressional Budget Office anyway? It's somebody appointed by the Republicans to do the numbers and to come as close as possible to what the impact will be on the American people, on their health, and on our budget. The whole purpose of all of this, Affordable Care Act and the rest, was to improve coverage, lower cost, and expand access. Affordable Care did exactly that. This does the exact reverse. It narrows coverage to the tune of 24 million people, decreases the quality of benefits according to the actuarial report in the CBO report, as well as costing more for people. So it doesn't achieve anything it sets out to do. It's a clear message to their constituents as to how it's going to affect them. Let's see if they get the message, or if once again they have a tin ear that says the only thing that really matters to us is for us to give tax cuts to the richest people in our country, and it doesn't matter to us who suffers.